it's so frustrating to watch the Giants because they're close. They're close every game, it feels like. They're in the game, and in this case, they got the lead late in the game, and they can't seal the deal. And that's both on offense and defense. It's not just Evan Ingram. I mean, there are times where Evan Ingram looks unstoppable, for God's sake.
Well, I mean, he's tantalizing. I mean, he's one of those guys that's got so much talent. You feel like he can be a superstar in the league, but there's always something holding him back. And what was different about this loss was in those other games, the Giants were down, they were hanging around, then they were down late in the game, and they were driving with an opportunity to win, tie, take the lead, whatever, and they weren't able to get it done. This one, they did everything they needed to do. I mean, I was so impressed with the goal line stand and then the drive down the field on the road for that touchdown. At that moment, there was no thought in my mind that they were blowing the game. They were in complete control. And I was getting a lot of stuff from Daniel Jones that I wanted to see. Like the touchdown pass to Golden Tate. He hadn't made a throw like that all year, I felt like, where it was contested. The corner was right on the wide receiver, and he trusted his guy, put the ball up there, and he said, screw it, I'm going to have him make a play, and he did. So everything in the defense was showing up. I mean, there was everything about this game that you loved, and it felt like what Joe Judge was teaching these guys was coming to fruition. And then all of a sudden, this defense that was so stout that had just come off that incredible goal line stand fell apart. It's like they couldn't finish at all. They turned into a completely different unit. I mean, and even the face mask to Jason Kelce down there on the goal line before the game-winning touchdown, that's another break that they got. And then right after that, boom, touchdown pass. It's like, crying out loud.
Carson Wentz at times, man, looks like he's unstoppable. I mean, he made some throws last night that were they were brilliant. I don't know how else to describe them, but then he makes decisions, and he runs around and plays a lot of sandlot football, because he feels like he has to. Troy and Joe were talking about it last night, about how hard he works every single game, and I know that Phil has said this numerous times on the NFL Today, and I've actually stole it from him a few times, that it's exhausting watching Carson Wentz play sometimes because of the amount of energy that he plays with and the amount of, fearlessness that he plays with. But he also does some dumb things on the field that are, if you don't win the game, they're inexcusable. But if they win the game, you would call them teachable moments. Overall, it's like a game that we thought we were going to see. We thought it was going to be close. We thought we both picked the Giants in the points. And, it's just completely so frustrating. And now you have to wonder, are the Giants now in the Trevor Lawrence sweepstakes?
I don't know, man. I thought about this. It's one of the first things I thought about because when the game ended, I was like, this team just can't win. I mean, honestly, the one win that they had, could have been a loss if Ron Rivera, if the Washington football team ends up converting that 2-point conversion or he kicks the extra point and they lose in overtime. They could very easily be winless at this point. But then to me, the Jets have still shown us nothing that they can compete. The Jets have not even played a game like this last night. The Jets aren't even in a position to blow a lead. I don't see it. I think that the Giants will continue to fight, and this one's going to be a tough pill to swallow and one that they're not going to get over quick, but I still think they end up with at least 4 wins. At the very least, they'll get a couple more because I think they're going to continue to get better. It's the best game they played. I mean, as much as I hate to say it because they blew this lead again in Philadelphia. It's 3 straight years they've blown a double-digit lead in Philadelphia at some point. This is the best game they played.